What is up, Packer fans? I'm back again. The Packers lost 34-26. They fall to 9-4-1 on the season, seventh in the NFC and second now in the NFC North. Bears took over. They beat a Browns team that had a lot of injuries, and it was very cold in Chicago. But for now, the Packers-Bears game on Saturday night will be the prime time game for the NFC North lead going into the final 2 weeks of the 2025 NFL season. Packers, though, I was devastated. I didn't speak for probably like 5 minutes, not too long. I don't let the Packers affect me that much, but I was really bummed for Micah Parsons going out with the torn ACL. I knew it right away, non-contact, the way he grabbed it, the way that he looked. I knew it was a torn ACL right away. Obviously, waiting for confirmation, but I believe that it is a torn ACL. And for Green Bay, having Watson go out, it looked like it was a broken collarbone instantly. That's what I thought it was, the way he was grabbing on his chest. It looks like it was just a chest injury. Should be good to go day to day. Zach Tom, also right tackle, went out with an injury. Looks like he might not have had a major injury. So Packers lost like Quay Walker, Christian Watson, and Micah Parsons all in a few minute stretch throughout the game. Packers had a 9-point lead. I know it was early in the third quarter, still about 10 minutes to go. They just made the Broncos punt, and I think it was first down again. They had done it earlier. They took the deep shot. It just went over Watson's head, so maybe they wanted to try to take another deep shot, put the Broncos away. But the Broncos are a feisty team. They're a good team, and why you try Patrick Surtain, I don't know. He is the defensive player of the year for a reason, and the Packers launched it when they had the 9-point lead and got picked off. Watson got hurt on that play. I don't think it was that exact series then. They scored. I think the Packers didn't do anything, and then the following series was when Parsons got hurt, tore his ACL. But if the Packers would have been able to maintain possession a little bit, not throw an interception going deep, you had a 9-point lead with the ball, third quarter. You played well in the first half. They hadn't sacked Jordan Love yet. The Packers had been doing everything they were supposed to do, running the football well. I don't know why they got away from that. They should have just grinded it out in that third quarter, got to the fourth quarter, and then figured out kind of how they needed to win from there. Obviously, that play, Watson gets hurt. They ended up throwing the pick, obviously. Patrick Surtain. Broncos go down, score. The next drive, Jordan Love can't do anything with the football again, and then Parsons gets hurt, tears his ACL. He will be done for the season. Looks like it'll be probably, what is it now, December? So probably close to December, maybe with his freak athleticism and everything, he might be able to get back early, but I'm thinking that it's going to be an injury that he's probably going to miss the start of next season, and a few weeks into the season, his streak of 12 sacks to start his career probably will end also. Just a lot of things for Green Bay. They paid him all this money. They traded away first-round picks. Now he might not even start the year next year, this season. Obviously, it's not over with. We're still in the playoff hunt. We're still in the seeding. Can beat the Bears, still win the division. All those things are still ahead of Green Bay. They just have to do it now without Micah Parsons. Hopefully they can get some other pieces back. Brenton Cox should be coming back. I'm excited to see him come back. And then, obviously, Lucas Van Ness needs to step up. Rashawn Gary needs to keep it going as well. Just kind of unproductive the last few weeks. But for Green Bay, like I said, Josh Jacobs got it going. He was running well. That catch by him, that's only his second career reception for a touchdown. And what a catch. What an amazing grab. Jordan Love, 2 interceptions, sacked 3 times. All happened towards the end of the third quarter and later in the fourth quarter. Packers, after Micah Parsons went down, the defense gave up a touchdown right away. Packers just were in shock, I think. And the rest of the game without Watson, the offense just looked out of sync. And then the defense just couldn't do anything to stop the Broncos. We did have our chances. The Packers' offensive line kind of just got eaten up in that second half. Rasheed Walker, I've been shouting him out so much, and he got burned a bunch. Not only that, he had 4 penalties, all different, holding, offsides, false starts. I forgot what one of the other ones were, but he had 4 penalties that really cost Green Bay early in the game. And then on the other side, Keyshawn Nixon got burned twice by Cortland Sutton, horribly, just got burned so bad. 1 for a touchdown. And so this Packers defense has a lot to clean up. On the back end, I know Nixon thinks he's a better corner than he is. He needs to start stepping up and making plays. I know he had the big play against the Bears, but obviously and honestly, it was kind of a bad throw, and he should have been on his guy. Evan Williams made a mistake. Obviously a good play, but he needs to step up and be more consistent, not get burned on the routine routes by the receivers. And for Green Bay, obviously, Jordan Love throwing the 2 picks, not ideal. 276 yards. He had the most first half passing yards in his career, which is pretty incredible. And then the second half just got shut down. Obviously, Watson going out, throwing that pick, all kind of mess with things. But the Packers' offensive line just could not get established in that second half. Everybody was getting burned. Obviously, Zach Tom was out on the right side, but that wasn't all. Everybody on that line could not protect Jordan Love, and he just wasn't throwing the football. He had some guys open short. I even think Romo was talking about it a little bit, how he should have just dumped it off to some of the guys that were open for, just underneath to get some yards. But Love's always trying to take the deep shot, and that got us sacked a few times. So Packers, they definitely have to regroup. Tough game in the second half. They were winning, I think it was 16-14. Then they had a 9-point lead in the third quarter. Love throws the pick. Watson gets hurt. And then Parsons and Walker go out. Zach Tom obviously went out a little bit earlier. And it just was tough for the Packers to rebound. Obviously, they're professionals. They have to play through all the things that happened. But you see your best player go out, your star defensive end, Parsons. See him go out, it's just tough. It's tough to play. Obviously, the Broncos scored right away after that. So Jacobs, though, like I said, 12 carries, 73 yards, and a touchdown on the ground. He played well in the pass game as well. Matthew Golden made some really big catches. He was the leading receiver with Jaden Reed. Both had 55 yards. Golden had 3 catches for 55 yards, and Jaden Reed had 5 catches for 55 yards. Musgraves had another nice game, 4 catches for 52 yards, one of his better games as a pro. And then Dobbs, 2 for 36, and then Wicks had a big drop. He only had 1 catch for 6 yards, and then he had that big drop. It was a little behind him, but he has to catch those. I know he was looking at his hands, but it ended up getting picked off. I think that one did. So tough game for Green Bay. Both sides of the ball in that second half. Offense just couldn't get things going. Broncos are a good team, but against a young quarterback like Bo Nix, I wanted to see a little bit more out of the Packers getting after him. He had 4 touchdown passes, and they kind of carved us up in that second half. Packers need to bounce back. Let me see what happened. Yeah, Sutton had 7 catches for 113 yards. Franklin, 6 for 85. I mean, Nix was really, really precise against this Packers defense. And Xavier McKinney had chances for picks. He just dropped both of them. He wishes he had those, obviously. That would be big game changers. And Carrington Valentine had a chance for a pick that he dropped. So a lot of missed opportunities, big injuries. No excuses for Green Bay, though. They have to get these wins. They had the lead in the second half, and they lost. LaFleur, I just think he should not be. So sometimes when you want him to be aggressive, he's not aggressive. And then when you wish he would just kind of back it down, you're on the road with the lead. Second half, just run the ball a little bit, sustain the clock, get some field position, maybe kick a field goal. Maybe you can get down and score a touchdown. Just stretch the lead a little bit, keep the pressure on the Broncos, get it into the fourth quarter. But no, he takes 2 deep shots. The first one just overthrown, and then the second one, he launched and it got picked. I don't know why you try Surtain on that. Go against Riley. I know he had the other pick, but he's just not as good as Surtain, obviously. So for Green Bay, let's get this win against the Bears. It's a short week. We both play on Saturday. It's going to be a tough one. It's going to be cold probably in Chicago. Bears coming off a win. Packers coming off a loss with the injuries. But I think the Packers will get some guys back. Looks like Marshawn Lloyd, though, is going to be out for the season. He had a setback a few days ago in practice before the game against the Broncos. So bummer. Hopefully he can get right for next year. A lot of injuries to hurry up and heal for Green Bay. Josh Jacobs made it through the game. He is a dog. He was listed as questionable all week with the knee, and he played. So see if he can go against the Bears. See if this Packers team can bounce back. Lions are right there. They did lose against the Rams, so they're kind of falling off too. But this NFC is really tough, and this Packers-Bears game is going to mean a lot. Then the Ravens come into town. They're coming off a win against the Bengals, and then the Vikings are going to host the Packers, and they are coming off a big win against the Cowboys. So for Green Bay, can they bounce back? Can they figure out what to do with the players to replace Micah Parsons? It's going to be a challenge. It's going to be tough. I think the Packers have the staff and the players to do it. They did have a top defense before Parsons got there. I think they can keep that going. We'll see what happens. Maybe we'll get some more exotic blitzes out of Halfley to kind of free some guys up and make some things happen. But all in all, this loss is tough, obviously losing the players, but Packers played good on offense in the first half. They need to figure out how to keep the momentum going throughout the whole game. Play calling, poor decisions on the field, and then injuries obviously cost us this one. Looking to bounce back, though. I think the Packers should be able to beat the Bears. I don't think the Bears have beat anybody yet. The Browns just aren't a good team. I know the Packers lost to them, but they were a different team back then, definitely. And they had some of their starting offensive line. They didn't have any of them yesterday. So I look for the Packers to put up a good fight against the Bears, hopefully win this one, take the NFC North back. We'll do a video on that. Don't forget to like and subscribe to this one. Come back and check out the Bears-Packers video. We'll go on to, what is it going to be, week 16 now. So Packers lost, down to 9-4-1. That tie might come in handy later, or it might hurt us, but we will see. Looking for a bounce-back game. Jordan Love, 2 interceptions, not ideal. One of them kind of got tipped, obviously. The other one, I just don't love that call at that time when you're up 9 points in the second half on the road in a game that if you win it, you can really start pushing yourself ahead in the NFC. But bounce back week here. Go Pack, go. The Bears still suck. Thanks for watching. Peace.